Well, how I got started in construction is actually kind of a funny story. So I was working all night in a grocery store, an all-night grocery store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, while I was attending the University of Arkansas as an undergraduate in engineering. And the next morning, on a Sunday morning, my wife got up and took all the kids to church, and she introduced herself to the Sunday school teacher, who was also an engineer. And when he said he was an engineer, she said, well, my husband needs a job. And he worked for the University of Arkansas in their physical plant. The very next day, he said, come see me. And his name was Bill Harp. I went to go see him that day, and he offered me a job that very day. So I started in construction, working in facilities for the University of Arkansas while I was actually attending the University of Arkansas. There's been so many different projects throughout my career. To pick a favorite is a bit difficult, but you'd have to say, as a licensed professional engineer, the first set of drawings that you get to stamp with your own stamp is certainly meaningful. So that was a cardiovascular operating room suite for St. Edward's Mercy Medical Center in 1987. So that would have been the very first set of drawings I actually physically got to use my own stamp. But there's been a lot of other ones since then. I would also put the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences. We did a project there that has reduced their carbon footprint and their energy consumption and costs by more than 50%, putting them now the #1, the most energy efficient academic medical center in the United States. Certainly I enjoyed the opportunity to work for Joe Talley. Joe Talley was a legendary physical plant director for the University of Arkansas. He taught me many things. One of the things that he taught me that I thought was most profound was, it's not what you know that's the most important thing to know. The most important thing to know is what you don't know. And I think he taught me that very early on. By far, the person that's had the most significant influence on my career is my wife, Paula Tinsley, the true love of my life, because she's been my partner in business as well as in life, and she's guided me and protected me every step of the way along my journey. Well, Bernhard has been very involved in the AGC. AGC has done so many wonderful things for the construction industry in Arkansas. One of the things that I would say that I'm probably most proud of is working with AGC to introduce legislation that would allow the alternate delivery mechanism for state-supported institutions of higher education and other state projects. That was done in the early 2010, I think 2012 might have been the timing of that, and some of the very earliest projects were under that new legislation were projects that we were fortunate enough to be involved with. Well, personally, I would hope the legacy is that I've spent the majority of my time trying to teach and mentor, passing along the things that I learned from Kent Pettit, Bill Goodman, and Sam Cummings, thinking about all the generations of engineers that have followed in their footsteps. I'd certainly like that to be my legacy as well. That of all the different opportunities that I've been given in my life and the honors that I've received, I would have to put this at the very top, because it was completely unexpected that the AGC would recognize me in this way and be in the Arkansas Construction Hall of Fame.